What's going on? I'm wondering what's the temperature outside right?
It was 60 degrees when I showed up
63
today.
degrees in
Wow.
West Chancellor, Pennsylvania. And full sun. Good
Beautiful.
news. Bad news. North America has a butterfly crisis.
That's true.
It's true. It is climate change.
Yep.
It is, well, the Asclepias not being ravaged and not being around as much anymore.
Right.
And a lot of other reasons. And we're going to help you out now.
We are.
We're going to not help us out, help the
You're going to
monarch
help
butterfly.
out, exactly, Mother Nature.
One of the plants that's closest to your hearts, yeah?
It really is. I grow these at my own house. I love to give them as gifts because, as Rick is saying, the monarch butterfly population is in dire straits right now. They actually were just established on the endangered species list because in the last 2 decades, Rick, the population has declined upwards of 95%. And so for various reasons, one being, our farming techniques are getting rid of the wild and native Asclepias or milkweed. We're just building lots of buildings, so the monarchs, they just cannot find their food source in the wild anymore. And so as a direct result, they're dying, unfortunately. But the good news is now we've brought this beautiful hybridized version of the Asclepias for you to grow in your containers, in your gardens, and you are truly providing the only food source for those monarch butterfly caterpillars.
Wow, so here we go. Jen, my producer, she's a part of the show here. Why don't you just come down?
She's turning into a gardener.
And she actually picked these up, and how do you like them? Jen, give me you love them?
You love them?
And now another one that you're interested, because you bought them last year, into that second season. So let's go into the what you get and what you can expect first season and second season.
Absolutely. So it's a 3-piece collection. You're getting a yellow, a pink, and an orange. Now, from what I have in my hand to what we have here on set with us is what you will expect, assuming you plant them all together like we did. This is what you will have this very first season. They are, they're going to eventually grow a little bit taller, about 3 feet. But what's really special is the foliage. And if we could run through the lifestyle images to see the monarch caterpillar in all of its glory, because the caterpillar is really what this plant is all about. What's special is the monarch butterfly, Rick, she's going to fly around all around North America with these special goggles and find your home, and she's going to lay her eggs on the underside of these leaves.
Oh, here comes
you
the caterpillar.
See that beautiful orange. Now, once those eggs hatch into the caterpillar, the foliage of these plants is their only food source in the world. So don't be alarmed if all of a sudden you have more caterpillars on your plants than you do leaves. I counted 85 caterpillars in my front yard with my wife last summer. Yeah. And don't be alarmed if your plants all of a sudden have no more leaves. They will grow right back. That's the beauty of this plant.
So the caterpillars are there, and then they're feeding off the Asclepias
They're
as well.
eating the leaves, exactly. Now, all sorts of butterflies, including the monarch, will feast on the nectar inside the flowers. But it is the leaves that are so important to helping save the population, because before you have a butterfly, you have a caterpillar, right? So you have to feed those caterpillars. And
which enhances the population.
Exactly.
Right.
That is the direct result in repopulating with the monarchs is starting with the Asclepias to then provide food for those caterpillars you see on the left. But here you see that gorgeous orange planted directly in this beautiful perennial garden bed with your echinacea and your irises there in the front. So this is a hybridized Asclepias. It's not those wild versions that grow 7 feet tall that are not very beautiful. This is going to be gorgeous in your garden with bright, bold colors and still providing that home for the caterpillar.
You know what's interesting is it looks almost like they have different shaped little flowers on them, these different colors. Do they?
Well, they're all actually, when you get really up close to the
beads
Asclepias,
almost.
Yeah, well, they almost look like stars. But then as you have a bunch of the stars together, and that produces this kind of flower
And they
umbel.
pop as a flower.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. That's exactly right. So what you're seeing here is that orange. Now again, so this is one collection in the first season planted in our party planter. But truthfully, if I could recommend any plant to buy 2 collections of, it is this Asclepias.
So this is one collection of 3 in this big not the small one, the big party planter.
Correct.
And going to be even more bold and more great the second season.
Right.
What about the hardy story?
The hardy story, absolutely. This is probably the most winter hardy plant that I ever present each year. So it can take temperatures down to like -30. So I love to say, Rick, every garden should and can grow this. Even if you just live in an apartment in New York City and you have a small balcony, consider only planting this if you had to choose just one plant, because it is beautiful.
Who doesn't love the butterflies?
Who doesn't love a butterfly? Absolutely. And it's not just the monarch. I want to stress that it's the monarch that will eat the leaves. But your swallow, I saw my first great North American swallowtail last summer. It was 6 to 7 inches large in my front yard because of these plants. Oh, and here you see.
Here we go.
The monarch caterpillar eating.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Fine dining.
We all know the story that it goes into the chrysalis and then it emerges a beautiful caterpillar. In this video, Sandra Bennett and her lovely husband, they actually made this video and then they released the monarchs back into Mother Nature.
That's their video?
Yeah, they made that. Her husband makes all of these really beautiful nature videos.
Oh, I'll be
How special is
doggone. It's very special.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's fantastic. So in the last minute,
yes,
call 800-500-7590. Call the number right now. Pick up the phone and bring these home. When can I expect it to start blooming this season, 2025?
You'll start seeing flowers probably middle of June, but then they last probably to your second or first hard frost.
And then coming back next year.
Yeah, this is a super winter hardy perennial. Plant it once, forget about it. It's going to come back, and you will start to have monarchs. I promise you, they will find your plants right away.
Very good. All right, we got 20 minutes to go in the show. 132051. It's a Roberta's 2-hour extravaganza here on a beautiful sunny day in Westchester, PA. We're live, it's QVC, and we have an array of beautiful pieces, and we're going to jump now to the begonias. Is it true this just debuted yesterday, Derek? That's right. Just debuted yesterday.